Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 76 of Trials and Trebuchets. I am your dungeon master, Luke, and joining me are my players, whose names is...
Hi, my name is
grammar?
Ben, and I'll be playing the cuddly little gray cat, Mr. Wiggles, newly reformed and feeling a little sad.
Poor Wiggles.
Can't handle sad cats.
Sad cat. Hello, everyone. It's me, Carla. It's been a long time. And I play the level cutie, stuffed novice karate practitioner, Ida Adelberry. Hi.
I see you.
Hi, I'm Sarah, and I play Kroragami, the literary paper bird of Mira Marchand. 2/4 of our heroes have gotten upgrades, which means we're halfway to morphing into a giant Voltron and fulfilling the prophecy.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Shit. I have to
And my name is Sam, and I play the baby of the group, Virgil. I don't have anything cool
He's
to
a
say.
cutie. That's all you have to say. Don't have to be cool
I'm a
when you're
baby.
adorable. Heck, don't feel pressure to be
Oh,
cool
that's
ever.
true.
Be yourself.
Vogue it.
Welcome to the after-school special about being yourself.
And if you
And
ever see
last
someone being bullied,
time-
tell an adult.
Last time on Trials and Trebuchets, the heroes entered the Leaning Tower in the Great Green Lake. Descending the stairs, they encountered a copper door locked magically by a trio of bells. Attempting to solve this bell botheration, Ida made her way across the lake bed, but required the help of her friends in returning because she got slurped up by some mud.
Ew.
The door opened, the heroes found a red collar with a small bell and the typical sanctum decorations, statues, and a prophetic painting. Batting at the collar, Mr. Wiggles was taken to a time in his past before he met Winsler, reminding him of the collar's importance in his old life. And then y'all got out of the tower and we're outside now.
Hooray.
We did
We
it.
did it.
We'll never talk about how we...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I think at this point it would be like the sun is probably coming up in the morning. You guys were out and about all night being rambunctious animals as you were. But the sun's coming up. You're in like the northwest on the bank of the Great Green Lake. And I'm very curious what the plan is going forward. Previously, you, Mr. Wiggles, had been following your sniffer and following the scent of rust, which led you to a small pile of rusted powder.
Mm-hmm.
But what now? There was also a scent coming from the southeast-ish. Yeah, the southeast.
Well, it is dawn, so it's almost time for my early morning nap.
I'm kind of hungry.
Perhaps I can fly to the tops of these trees and pick out some berries for you.
Delicious.
Aw, you really?
Oh, naturally.
So would you like to do that?
Take a quick rest.
You can.
Sure, I'll
Yeah, you can absolutely.
some
everyone
food
take
I need a
short little
rest. Like, I
Everyone
literally
take
have...
a short little rest.
Rest
I didn't give you guys hit dice because this is an unprecedented event in our podcast.
I mean,
Maybe.
Also,
just
do we recover
restore-
any spell slots or no?
I think. Yeah, you can recover your spell slots. Sure.
fuck
Absolutely.
yeah.
Let's say this is like a longish, a medium rest, which is like 4-ish hours to let everyone have some naps and eat some foods. Does that sound agreeable?
Sure.
Yay,
Okay.
early
So
morning
how much
nap.
does that restore?
Let's say it restores half.
Okay.
1/2.
1/2 of
When you say half, do you mean like
Yes.
half of our total? So, like, for example, I have 8. If my half is 30, or my half is
What?
15,
Do
I go-
15?
What?
I gain 15. Okay. So I don't go
Yeah.
to 15.
Half the
I gain
maximum,
15.
not
No, you
half of
regain.
what was missing.
Yes.
Okay.
You
Needed
only
to make
regain-
sure.
And you guys can eat some lovely snacks. Ida can share if she so desires, but I don't know if that's a very probable thing to happen where she will willingly share her snacks in a non-life-threatening situation. However, the time passes, you can all relax.
I would also like to
Oh,
scout more snacks into my
scout more snacks.
like.
So many snacks.
Okay, so I have 9 tails, and each
Uh-huh.
of these tail, let's say, has a pocket.
Well, one of them. Stop calling it a pocket. One of them, one of them is filled with rusty iron or like rust powder.
Yes, and I used one for food.
Mm-hmm.
How much in total food do I have? Would you
That's
say?
a question you need to look inside and
Because
answer.
if I was the one that can choose, I would say 8 of these have food.
Okay, then 8 of them have food.
Okay,
Done.
perfect.
You're not gonna stick your toothbrush in one of them.
I don't need to brush my teeth.
You don't have teeth. We went over this. Okay, so you can fill up with some berries that Kurogami lovingly provides.
Munch, munch,
So-
munch.
All right.
Munch, munch,
Very
munch.
well.
Time
Is
passes.
everyone rested?
Oh, I
Very
could go
much
for
so.
10 more minutes, but
Oh,
if time is of the essence, I
certainly.
guess I can make that up later.
Now, do we have any leads? Any other particular scents or anything to drive us?
The only other thing would probably be southeast, because that's where another scent trail went. But it is probably very faint now.
Well, perhaps it will make one of us stronger. I've gained a considerable upgrade, and you have as well. Perhaps it's time for one of them to find their greater powers.
I want to be great.
I'm fine the way I am.
Yes, you are. Ida, shall we?
Maybe we don't have to try anymore.
The exact opposite of each other.
Y'all are yin and yang.
Is it off to the south, southeast?
Yes.
Okay. So, I think you would follow your nose and take the road. Is that a correct assessment, Winsler? What? Wiggles?
Who?
Wiggles, not Winsler. I'm sorry.
Whoops.
Is like almost 80 episodes of
Why
calling
is the
you
voice in the
Wiggles.
sky calling us by our owners?
Yes,
would
we
you
shall take the road.
Take the road. Make a perception check using the sniff advantage, please.
Oh, hell yeah, sniff advantage.
Oh.
That's a nat 20.
Woo!
Okay.
Oh, hell yeah.
You can pick up the scent, no problem, bud. A couple hours ain't nothing to you, and you can begin making your way southeast on this lovely road, which will take you back through the city proper of Ailton,
Mm-hmm.
and then back out the other side, and you'll probably have to cross over that bridge that you initially encountered the prickled pest who pursues.
Yes.
Which, okay, so when you're passing through the town, you pass through like kind of the outskirts-ish area where there's there's a bunch of burnt houses and like destroyed. The road has been like ripped up and stuff. And it just
no.
looks like very bad, and like some people or some large steel edgelord ripped up the road.
Hate when that happens.
You ever just feeling
Anyways.
like a real edgelord and you just want to tear up some roads?
As one does.
You continue outside, down the road, and make your way to the bridge. The bridge has partially collapsed at this point in the hours since you last saw it, as a result or a consequence of your last encounter with the prickled pest who pursues. So crossing it is minorly precarious. It's not the worst thing on earth, but if you're scared of falling through holes on a bridge, it's like kind of scary. And your sniffer brings you to the southernmost portion of the valley, where there is a large road heading into this large cliff which surrounds the valley. And so you can either go straight, to which the map marks the road which ends, or there's a small turn left which goes along these cliffs and leads to what is marked on your map as the Sage. The smell seems to be coming from the direct south, the road which ends. However, you can do whatever you want because you're your own people.
I say we take a vote. Straight or left?
Well, it appears that what we're looking for is straight, but I must admit I have a slight degree of curiosity to do with this sage.
Can I, are there like any pretty trees around us?
There's a single small sapling, right? Like it's probably like 2 feet high, very skinny, kind of bent over a little bit in the wind, not doing so good. The tree line ended probably like a couple 100 feet back, but this one's out here trying to make its way in the world.
I say we go where the sapling is. That's my vote.
I don't know why we'd be so excited to see some herbs, but I mean, I'm cool with going wherever as long as we don't have to go into a cave.
The sage.
Thank you for appreciating my
Sam,
joke.
you're a genius. Okay.
Thank you.
Well, I never quite believed that curiosity killed the cat because I did all right. So why don't we go check out the detour?
Indeed.
The detour.
I support this.
So you're gonna detour and then come back for the other thing. if
Yeah.
it doesn't. Yeah. Sure.
We have a
that can be
good sniffer right
done.
here.
You got a good sniffer. So
Sniff, sniff.
you make your way up the path to the left, which curls along the edge of the canyon, and it's like a very gentle slope upwards. And sitting on a small plateau far above that this little path leads to, you can see a little wooden shack that seems to have like a lot of windows that are boarded up. It seems to be partially falling apart, I guess. Like just a very not well maintained old building. And the wood's very weathered by the weather. Etc.
Darn that weather.
And then so it takes a couple minutes to like actually walk up this path, but the entire time you can see that shack looming at the top. And if you were to look out over your left side, you can see a very excellent view of like the entire valley. You can see the long green river winding across the breadth of the valley, the green lake on the far side, the mountains to the north, the city in the middle of the valley, and then to the far east section of the valley, you can see just sprawling farms, some of which still have smoke rising from them, but some remain unburnt. And then even further to the east, you see a small stone structure that seems to have been collapsed. Oh, and in front of you, very close, like almost at the foot of this canyon, there seems to be the remains of what looked like a large marble structure. So anyways, you see all this and more, and make your way and find yourself in front of a small old shack. What would you like to do? The door is closed currently, and there seems to be a one of those pull-back eye slits so someone can look through the door.
Do you believe anyone to be home?
I guess there's only one way to find out.
That looks livable.
Most certainly. I am not much
I
fun
don't
for
know about
knocking
that.
with my beak, but we should make ourselves known, yes?
Yeah. Do you want me to knock on the door? I can knock on the door.
Oh, well, it's only polite.
Knock, 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 knock.
Wait, are we meeting a person?
Well, it's a shack.
Shacks denote people. So
It's not a garden.
You know, you
A presence.
you
I'm still confused, but okay.
you knock very softly on the door, Ida, and you hear a voice. You hear footsteps coming towards the door, and then you see the eye slit crack open the very faintest amount, and you see a single brown eye looking at you, and the voice will say, "What are you doing here?"
Hello? Art thou the sage?
I am called the Sage of the Mountain. Yes, that is what some people call me.
Why?
Are you here to do well? Because I am quite sagely.
What? Are you leafy?
Are you here to burn my home down?
Never.
Oh, what?
Who burned the house down?
Well, no one yet. That's why I'm still living here.
I can see why you would be afraid of someone coming up to burn your shack with all the perfectly good view of those farms ablaze.
Yes.
Who did
They're very...
the farm blazery?
Oh, that metal beast.
Ah, yes,
The same one going around and burning everything else.
indeed.
We fought it.
And the eye kind of looks around and examines you all and will say, and did you win?
Of course we did. Technically.
I suppose it depends on your definition of things like fighting and victory.
We
Did you
won
vanquish
because
us?
we didn't die.
Well, if you did not die, did the beast fall?
Well, it
No.
seems to be scrap metal of some sort, but it's uncertain how much of that is the beast.
I have a question for you, and pardon me if it's a little rude. But
I'm not very good at math.
are you for the heroes, or some form of them?
We seem to be told this, yes.
What's it to you, wise guy?
What business do you have coming here to my home? Did someone tell you to come here to my home, or was it just of your own volition?
Well, obviously we want a tour of the place. So come on, snap to it. Let's get a tour guide going.
I would say curiosity brought us here.
Volitude? What?
Wiggles, you see this eye like glaring at you for a second, and then like stopping and looking at you a bit more thoroughly, and seeing like the collar on your neck. And then Kuragami, you see the eye flit over to you and seeing your black ink-stained pages and the golden words upon your body. And the person standing behind the door says, 1 second. If you really are the heroes, and you hear footsteps, and they go away, and there seems to be rustling coming from inside, and then this person comes, or this figure, this individual, the sage, comes back to the door, and they're looking down as if they're reading something, and they will say, there's an old riddle from the temple down there, the old temple before it got destroyed, that I managed to salvage. And if you really are the heroes, I think you should be able to figure it out. And if so, you can come in and we can have a whole chat about all of this, and I'll give you as best a tour as I can.
Ugh,
Does that
favor
sound
for
like a
favor.
deal?
Do you know anything that could better help us defeat the whatever has replaced or upgraded of the prickled pest?
We will speak about this should you answer the riddle.
There's no time for games.
I stalk the countryside with my ears, but hear not a thing. What am I?
Could you repeat that?
I stalk the countryside with my ears,
Oh,
but hear not a thing.
are you corn?
Are you deaf?
Oh my god.
And yeah,
That wasn't my official answer. I'm just really curious now.
yeah, everyone except Virgil can come in. And as you all stand there and kind of Kuragami says, "Is it corn?"
Good
you all
riddle.
You all see
all
in the
corn.
countryside of that farmland, the only crops not burning are corn. And then you see this this little eye shutter slams shut, and you hear the sound of a door unlocking. And standing there, you see a wrinkly, no hair cat, a sphinx cat, some would call it.
Ew.
Cool.
Why would you
And
say
they
ew?
will- And they will say, please, welcome to my humble home. Come in and take a seat. wherever it pleases you.
What kind of places are there to sit? Is there anywhere for me to perch?
There is like, it's just a bunch of tables that are covered in what looks like stones, like what you would see in, like, if you imagined someone doing in a fantasy film some archaeology, and they would just have a bunch of, like, a big spread of stones with stuff written on them and paintings that are just like crumbled or just relics and pots and stuff. That's kind of what this room
I will
looks like.
perch on a geode.
As far as okay, perfect. And all of you can enter and you all see this. And in the very back of the room, it seems like there's a huge slab, as if it's like this big piece of stone wall, and it's like covered by a very thick blanket, I think.
Blanket.
And so the sage will address you all and say, "So, if you have solved this very clever riddle, then I must assume you are the actual heroes.
100%.
So, what happened? Where did you go all those years ago?"
Where did we go? What do you mean? We've never been here before.
Sorry. The commonly accepted theory by the scholars, what you might have heard in the town, is that there was never any heroes, there was never any pest, and this is all new. But what I think from my research, and she gestures towards all of the rocks on the table and like stuff in the room, is that you were here once and then left after you defeated the beast. And I think that this new beast is different because it doesn't resemble what's in the paintings that have been recovered or kept. And all of these things are quite old, and it's just very strange. So, have you all ever been here before?
Can't say that I have, Chief.
No.
Not that I can recall.
This
I'm
is my
new.
first time traveling. Well, second
Aw.
time.
Oh,
traveling.
you precious baby.
Virgil.
We need to get Virgil like a little car seat.
Can we please also remember that Virgil is literally rock? Like that's not.
Virgil is literally filled
We will
with crystals
protect you
on his
even if
back
you're a rock.
and is
Little
like
stone baby.
slightly larger than all of you.
Okay, we'll
Like,
get
he's
like
huge.
a little pulley cart, but it's in the shape of a mine cart, so we'll just pull him around.
Aww.
The sage will continue and say, "So if you've all never been here, so that means that it's more of a cycle than just the same individuals coming back and saving us over and over. So you will come and save us, the threat will end, you will then go off and die, and then the threat will come again, and then some sort of rebirth or another fitting the same description as you comes and saves us again. So you're not the heroes who came here before."
So like we're like a reincarceration.
I don't think that's the right word there, buddy.
A reincarnation, maybe, perhaps, or maybe this is very much on the fly, but maybe a reincarnation that would be delightful, or maybe just another set of animals or pets which fit the same description. Now, have your owners died?
No, we were taken from them, but that's strangely coincidental, isn't it? The exact same creatures. I mean,
friends. We're
all together.
friends.
Well, it is. Last time, the heroes who came here, they're from what I've seen in the ancient texts, and they like
The ancient texts.
The sage runs over to like this large stone tablet where it's like half cracked in half, and she'll say, "This, it's right here. They came here after having their owners killed, and so that's not the same as all of you."
No, Mama is fine. She was simply at detention. There were no threats.
Wait, is my mom dead?
No, Virgil. No.
You promise?
Serenith is not dead.
You promise?
So if that's the case, then I think that those heroes may have stayed here. This is very perplexing. It is very coincidental, isn't it? That the same set of creatures would come.
Indeed.
in such similar ways.
Now, how would you go about explaining the appearance of this monster? Because you did say that it was not the same as it was in the
No,
portrait.
if you look at the old paintings, and they'll run over to a different stone slab that has like the paintings of similar to what you've all seen, except a bit more faded, and it has this image of a foiled, like gold foiled beast, right? And it has wings and hooves and stuff like that, right? And the sage will say it seems more animalistic than this new pest seems purely mechanical. So I have to assume it's a different threat.
Well,
It also seems to have no memory of what happened before. It showed up in the city one day while I still lived there and just began to destroy things. It had no recollection of what had occurred previously.
but constructs must be created, right? I mean,
Yes.
someone has to
That's-
have built it. Perhaps the original beast or some threat associated.
But the original beast, for all we know, was destroyed.
Perhaps it
this-
wasn't.
that's what is scary about this. It just this threat came from nowhere.
Did the original beast have any like followers of it? Maybe they escaped and then built a new thing in like the image of the old bad thing.
From what I've gathered in my research, all lived in fear of the great beast in the times long ago. From if it is to be believed that the beast came long ago, again, this is not a very commonly held belief. People believe that this has never happened before, and that you will be. This is the only threat that has ever plagued Elton Valley and this land. You fought with it already, though. Yes,
Just once.
Yes.
Indeed, we have.
and you were not able to slay it, the beast.
No, he's way too strong.
More like he kind of ran away.
But like we did hurt it.
I poked his eye.
That's so. If you're the 4 heroes who are supposed to save this valley, and yet you cannot defeat the beast, that seems problematic.
Yes,
That-
well,
it-
we did visit some old locales, and they had statues, and we seemed, 2 of us at least so far, but the rest of us I'm sure will be quick to follow, seem to have gained some more strength or power from that, so perhaps that will ease our combat?
Oh, where were these? Where were these places that you went?
Well, the first one was in some old lumber yard.
The lumber yard.
Had
Uh-huh,
something to
yes.
do with a weird potato door.
Okay. This is not relevant information.
I mean, it kind of is because it did lead us to where we needed to go to get said power, but that's beside the point.
I'll write it down in the notebook, but it's not important. It's a footnote at best. And then where else?
We just came from the last place, which was some leaning tower in the lake.
In the lake.
Which, by the way, has some very good lakeside property value that I really want to, take advantage of. Maybe.
The sage will write all of this very quickly with like a charcoal into a notebook, and then we'll run over to the back of the room and we'll uncover this large wall that, like, this piece of rubble that was being stored here, and on it is like a partial map of the valley. It's like the southern bit. It would be like no, it would be most of it. Only like the center is missing, as if like it got like the center cracked and like fell out. But the rest of it's been fairly well preserved. So like the farms and like the city and like the bridge and the river aren't on here, but everything around the edge still seems to be here, right?
Okay.
And looking at the map, pretty much the same things depicted on the one that was given to you by Haley the mouse are here, except for the things I just referenced that were missing. In place of where it says the ruins on your current map, it says the Temple of Heroes, and there's a small marble temple. There's the falls, there's the deep mine, the Cave of Heroes at the very north is labeled the Cave of Heroes instead of the Cave Not Traveled. To the northeast, there's no Great Green Lake, but there is a big tower with some houses around it that says the Wizard's Convent.
Hmm.
In the southwest, there is a lumberyard. And next to the Wizard's Convent, the lumberyard, the waterfall in the southeast, and the deep mine are each of like these painted representations of yourselves, right? And it looks like they're burying a piece of themselves there, right?
Oh.
And so next to the Wizard's Convent is the cat, who seems to be bearing a piece of themselves. Next to the lumberyard is the crow bearing a piece of themselves. Next to the falls is the squirrel bearing a piece of themselves. And next to the deep mine is the hedgehog bearing a piece of themselves.
Well, I'm never gonna power up. That
And so-
sucks.
Oh boy.
And so the sage says, so if you've gone to these two places already and received some sort of boon, that proves that you were here once, or a different form of yourselves were here once, and this painting is just a map to where those things were buried, those things that the previous heroes left in case a great threat came again.
Oh.
Well, it doesn't necessarily mean that's us, though. Perhaps
No.
we're simply taking up its mantle of something that looked
Yes.
like us.
But some sort of power is being imparted on you from a generation past of heroes. Yes,
Yes.
Yes.
this is proof. This is substantial proof to my theory. Thank you so much.
Well, this actually gives us the next few places that we actually have to go to, so I think we should be thanking you.
This has been my life's work. I was ostracized in the city by the scholars for believing that a generation of heroes used to exist. No, you don't understand. Me helping you is just in the betterment of the valley. You're here to save the valley, but you helping me like this is just completely unexpected. I had heard through the grapevine that new animals, new pets were in town and that they might be the heroes, but to assume that they would come here and prove me right was not what I expected. I expected you to just go and conquer evil and leave, like heroes do. But this is spectacular.
It's also kind of hard to conquer evil when we have difficulty finding said evil.
Yes, it comes and goes. It comes and burns a farm one day and then disappears for months and then reappears elsewhere. It's difficult to track. Well, I hope that I've helped you. If you ever require anything else of me, feel free to stop back in. I am a competent healer as well, which might be useful for you on your journeys.
Well, all right.
Thank you for your assistance.
They will bow deeply.
Do you happen to have any
All right, folks.
medicine lying around?
Oh,
You have sage?
oh.
The sage will say, I do have some sage. I use it in my healing salves. Do you need some right now? Are you injured?
No, just checking.
So do you have any medicine?
I can prepare some in a jiffy for you if it's required.
Can I please have a little bit? I just have this small cut on my shoulder, and it's sore.
The sage will go over to a shelf which is on the wall, and out of a small clay jar, pull some mushed up sage, or pull some sage and then mush it up, and walk over to you, Ida, and rub it onto your arm while saying a few words. It glows with a very soft green light, and you feel healed. You can restore to your full health.
Thank you.
Hooray.
Yay! I won't die, maybe.
Maybe.
Jeez.
Maybe.
Now I can just hurt y'all more. Wouldn't it be a shame if all of your guys, if all
Just make us keep coming back to the sage.
Wouldn't it be a shame if all the pets died in this, like...
Oh, I would
Anyways.
cry.
Yeah, that would
I'm gonna
suck.
throw you out of the house.
We're kicking you out.
Anyways,
We're kicking
so-
you into D&D.
Where would you all like to go now? Would you still like to go south to the road which ends, or would you like to go to one of these other two places where the old heroes have left something of themselves for you?
I think now we probably have a better clue of where to go instead of just
Yeah.
following a scent. So I say we go to the next closest location, which is the falls.
Go Ida.
I died.
Okay. So not going to go investigate the road which ends and the scent?
Nah, we'll leave that.
Maybe
for
once
later.
we're
Probably
stronger.
not right now.
Because if we go down there and do that, we might die.
We gotta be strong in order to prong.
It's like if we go down that road and it just keeps going, we'll eventually respawn in the city.
Like Mario in the Infinite Staircase.
Whoa!
So you can all
Thank you, Ben.
make your way over to the falls. To get there, you'd probably have to walk through the quickly to get there. You'd walk through the ruins of the Temple of Heroes, and walking through, it's just like literally like a lightning strike hit this building and just like blew it to bits.
Oof.
I know lightning doesn't really do that. I don't know why I said a lightning strike, but you know.
It's very evocative.
It's like a natural disaster just smashed this temple to bits,
Oh,
and there's
no.
just like the biggest piece of rubble remaining is probably like the size of a softball, right?
Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
What the
Yikes.
heck happened
Mhm.
here?
And you make your way towards the falls, the waterfall, and you can see this the long green river flowing over these tall cliffs and falling. It turns to some very nice mist in the air, and it's quite loud. And in the middle of the river, probably 20 feet from either bank, and standing like near the foot of the waterfall, is a circular stone platform.
20
Hmm.
feet? 20 feet?
Yeah. It's just like plopped in the middle of the river.
I think that's where you stand to get mad powers. Yeah.
Shall we all go?
Gotta love
or
more
just
water.
Ida?
More water.
I'm
So yeah,
feeling
are you all
parched.
going to try to get over? You're feeling parched.
I have good news.
So how are we gonna get there?
Oh, well, it's the same as before. I can, fly you over.
That's a great idea. I didn't think of that.
Here, get on my back.
Get on. And then we're going to do this flying thing again.
Yeah.
Whole new world.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So you all fly the 20 feet across this shallow water over to this stone platform.
We can't be wet, Luke. Why are you have to say shallow water?
It is so the it's like covered in mud and grime. Give me investigation checks, everyone.
Investigation.
Investigation.
13 plus 4. 17.
Oh, wow.
-2.
I got a nat 20, but I also have -3, so I got a 17. I don't know
17
how I feel
gang.
about any of that. Yeah.
I'm not feeling it. I got 13.
Did you get a
13
-2,
gang.
Ida?
No.
Yes. I got
Oh,
a 1 and I
no.
have a -3 for investigation.
-3 gang.
Okay.
Actively
So-
not looking.
Kurogami and Ida, you're like, oh, this waterfall is so cool, right? And that's your life experience right now. And you can feel like the rusty powder in your tail start to like run because it's getting like the mist is like making it a bit watery and liquid, so it's like
Ew.
staining your tail a little bit.
Nice.
Kurogami and Virgil, you two notice that this grime-covered platform, it seems that some mud and just gunk is filling in some words that are carved into the surface in like the middle of the platform.
Hmm.
Clean
Can I
up
try and
crew.
wipe it away?
Yeah, you can wipe it with your paw, and you see like a couple times until
I'll help
the
out.
mud. Yeah, until the mud gives way, and you see that inscribed upon this platform are the words, "Four must stand united together in a single form."
I was
below
joking
that-
about the Voltron thing in my intro.
All right.
He took it and
Let's
he's
get
using
this-
it. It's gonna work.
Let's
It's
get this
fine.
Voltron going.
And below that is the letter Y.
Exactly. Why?
Oh my gosh. The person who was here before is named Ida, but with a Y.
Ida.
Oh,
Yida
boy.
Yeedleberry.
Yes.
So, do we have to create this Y shape by standing in a certain path? Perhaps two people on top sticking out their arms to form the little lines of the Y. I'm not entirely certain, but united in a single form, that's related to the letter, yes?
Maybe we have to hold hands.
We definitely love holding hands.
I'm gonna be honest, guys. I'm not like the smartest cookie in the bowl, so like any smart ideas have to come from you guys first.
Virgil? Virgil?
Hi.
You are perfect just the way you are.
That sounds like something that the mom from Paddington would say.
Aww. Would you like a
Okay.
marmalade
Too.
sandwich?
You guys are all perfect
Am I hearing
just
that-
the way you are.
So wholesome.
Am I hearing this conversation, or am I still looking
Yeah.
at the falls?
You're hearing this conversation.
I would like to lie down in the middle and do a Y, spread my arms and
It's fun
my
to
legs
stay,
together,
huh?
and just form a Y in the middle.
Why do you need to spread your legs?
No, not my
be
legs.
an
My legs
X.
are together. My arms are
Oh,
wide open.
And your arms are apart.
Yes.
Like half a snow
Ida-
angel.
Like half a snow angel. Ida does this. You hear a quiet rumble from the waterfall.
I'm gonna stand and also put my wings up to make a Y sound.
Guys, we have to do synchronized swimming.
Like flap open my wings.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do
You
the
hear
same
a
thing.
quiet rumble from the waterfall. You hear a quiet rumble from the waterfall.
Join us on the floor.
Oh, I'm gonna begrudgingly make a Y shape, like sprawled out.
You hear a quiet rumble from the waterfall, but nothing happens.
Mm.
Now
What if we
have to be
hold
one
hands?
being. What if we hold hands?
Or
You all
perhaps
hold-
Hold-
You all hold hands lying on the floor here. You hear a quieter rumble from the waterfall.
Okay.
perhaps we should be stacked on top of one another to make a single Y.
Oh.
in
Mother
that
always
case, I
wanted to be a
probably-
cheerleader.
I'll go at the bottom.
I can see
But
a
you're one of
problem
the
with this
lightest.
because I am both pokey on one side and heavy. So I have to either be on top and crush you, or I have to be closer to the bottom and then stab someone with my
All right.
quills.
Heaviest on the bottom, so Virgil first.
I can balance on your quills with my toes. I'm very nimble.
Wait, what if I lay on my stomach? No, I lay on my back,
Lie on your
and then my
tummy.
stomach
Yeah.
is a fur
Soft and-
smooth area.
Vulnerable. Okay, so
If any-
Virgil lies on his back.
I just make one request.
Oh, don't tickle.
I just request that no one like rubs my stomach, or else I'm gonna fall asleep.
Oh, heck.
This is the best arc we've ever done.
Oh yeah, no
Hi,
question.
I don't want. I don't want to play. What's her name again? Oh, Integrity. I don't,
Wow.
Jeez.
We forgot our
Shade.
original
Just
characters. We're
toss
just the
all those
pets.
episodes away.
Okay,
This is the real
So-
podcast.
This is the best.
so Virgil lies on
which
his
is a
back.
build up.
All of that was a prequel.
Virgil lies on his back on the ground. Who then steps on the tummy?
I will step on the tummy because I think I am
Mr.
the second
Wiggles.
heaviest.
Okay, and then Ida and Kurogami are gonna form the little arms of the Y.
Yes.
Okay. Could you two give me? Yeah, it's fine. You hear a great rumble from within the waterfall, and like a you know those little like the bridge to get onto a plane.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen
Okay.
them like move out
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
like with the wheel? It's almost like that, and a bridge is like being pushed out of the waterfall towards you. It's like a small little wooden covered bridge.
Oh my god.
And you hear it rumbling and shaking until it stops, and it's like perfectly attached to this little stone platform you're on. And it seems that there is a bridge entering into the back of the waterfall.
Come on.
Onwards.
All right.
Onwards.
Kurogami, are you fine with the waterfall?
Perhaps we'll have to be very, very quick through the falls.
It's a covered bridge.
It's okay.
Oh,
we're good
okay,
then.
perfect.
We're good.
Yeah, I thought about this, nerds. And
I rolled back over onto my stomach and get up.
absolutely. And you can all four make your way into the back of the waterfall. And you find yourself in a large cavern. It's very damp and cold in here. It's very like the Bat Cavey in here.
Nice.
And there's like dripping water, and in front of you is a very tall stone door, and it has 4
Ooh.
empty squares on it, like on the front of it. And then on the floor, it has 4 empty squares and a finger pointing in a direction. And it looks to be like a squirrel finger pointing in a direction. And then there is a small little raised platform in the center of, like almost like a stage in the center of the cave.
Oh. Huh.
Cool.
So, door with 4 squares, finger pointing up.
Well, what's up?
Not much. What's up with you?
Oh my god.
Boo!
If you look
That was
up,
awful.
It's too bad none of our Ben didn't choose Wiggles to be a dog, because then you could have done the fucking up
What's up,
dog
What's
joke
up,
here.
dog?
Damn it, Ben! Why didn't you foresight this over a year and a half ago to make the perfect
How
joke?
could I
with
have
this
That's
mirror
the end of
image?
the arc. No. So you see, looking up, the letter A
Ah,
Yeah.
and another finger pointing right.
I look right.
Yeah,
You
right.
see the letter M
Yam.
Any other
Yam. I love
and
yam.
another finger pointing down.
What's down?
The letter C.
Why
and no
MCA?
And no Oh my god.
Do we have to dance it?
Oh my god.
Young man.
Well,
And then we all die. The end.
we did make a Y
Young man,
shape.
there's no
with
need to feel down. I said, young man.
all of our bodies.
Come on, get down to clown. I said, young man.
Perhaps we must do the same with these other letters.
How do you propose we do an A on top of each other?
Perhaps one person sort of like bends their body to be the top of the A, and then the other people are the base.
Okay, we can try that. I should probably, okay.
Okay. So, what order are you going to do the letters in?
Well, we know what letter, but these pets don't know
Yeah.
shit about the fucking YMCA.
Exactly.
So I feel like our instinct would be to do it in the order that we saw them.
Yes.
Oh. So,
Unfortunately, this must be
Yamp.
the way.
Sadly.
It's fun to stay at the
Can I get people who are
YMCA?
listening to please draw this for
Please.
us? Please draw this for us. We will be eternally
So
grateful.
you try okay. Yeah. You can all do this. How do you do the C? M seems like a pretty easy letter. How do you do the C?
Everybody just make like a long chain and then curve.
Forms an S.
Forms an
You put YAMC
Whoops.
and nothing seems to happen.
Oh.
The first square, the leftmost square on the door lights up with a bright blue Y.
Ding.
Oh, well, we originally
What if we have to do it in
we
every
originally
order?
did the Y individually. We know that Y is the first letter. There's only 9 permutations
I told you I'm not good
potential
at
orders?
math.
So we do all of them?
With Y at the beginning. It can be YAMC, YMCA, YMAC.
When you say YMCA, all the other All the other squares light up and say YMCA.
Oh, well, that's
but the door does not
promising.
open yet.
Wait, for real?
Man, what a fun
Is
place
this a
to be.
joke or is this for real?
This is for real. The door does not open yet, though.
Well,
It actually whispered YMCA.
stay
What the
here,
fuck? Is
guys.
this just a gym?
well, that fits with Ida, doesn't it?
Yeah, talk to old Ida.
Well, I suppose YMCA it is. Let's do this.
Okay. And you spell out with your bodies YMCA, and the doors.
There's a weird montage music in the background. There's a guy wearing a cowboy suit dancing.
And the doors gently open.
Where are we?
Fuck, Luke.
This is what I imagine is like that episode from SpongeBob where they have to go through the perfume shop where everything's like hyper realistic and we're just like going through like, what is happening?
The doors open. Inside, you can see a perfectly rectangular room. There are 4 statues
Wow.
made of gold, and behind them, a painting. The 4 statues, the cat and crow, already have their chests lit up with a bright white light, yeah. And then the squirrel statue also lights up with a bright white light. And only remaining is the hedgehog statue, which has no shining light. And the painting behind the statues is the 4 heroes, and it looks like they're in they're all crawled into a fountain, and it looks like they're ripping open the metal beast, and a bright white light is coming from inside it.
That seems gruesome.
Morbid.
And
my
so
gosh.
in front of the 4 statues is a small little wooden rack with a bright white karate gi upon it.
Oh my god. What? Oh my god.
I love this.
She's
A
too
what?
powerful.
Oh.
Do you know like the clothing that karate practitioners wear, Carla?
Yes, like with a belt and stuff.
Yeah, that's called a gi.
Oh, okay.
I thought that was an
And that
Indian
is-
butter.
And so you see one of these well washed but still slightly worn here on a wooden rack. What would you like to do, Ida?
Ooh, new fit. And then I'm going to walk.
Okay. And so you walk over and put it on.
Am I a black
and
belter?
It's a black belt. Yeah.
Ah, yes.
And it fits.
Oh, hell yeah.
It fits like perfectly. You gain the ability stuffing foot foe secret advanced form,
Secret advanced form.
and you feel emboldened. And that's where we're gonna end this episode.
Good for Ida.
Oh, hell yeah. YMCA, karate.
What a great
Gym.
The best episode, honestly.
Sarah, could you do an outro for us?
Yeah, of course.
please?
Hey guys, I really hope that you enjoyed this episode of Trials and Trebuchets. If you did, it would really mean a lot if you were to leave a rating or a review on iTunes or whatever podcatcher app you use. It really helps us out a lot. It helps other people see the podcast, and it just makes us smile when we see a nice review left, really. If you'd like to see fan art, maps, bonus content, teasers for next episodes, you can follow us on Instagram or Twitter at Trials and Trebs, and we also have a Discord server, and you can find the link to that a little bit farther down on our social media. Finally, we have a Patreon, and while you're under no obligation to support, it also really helps us out a lot if you do. Even $1 really helps us make more quality content, commission better fan art, make bonus episodes. You also get to listen to bloopers. It really just helps us make better content and helps us make more content. And you can once again find that on patreon.com/trialsandtrebs. Thank you so much, and I really hope that you have a great week, and we'll talk to you again soon.
What a perfect outro. Thank you,
Amazing.
everyone, for listening. We will talk to you next week. Bye.
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 And remember, it's fun to stay at the
Bye.